Hello, thank you so much for joining us on Newsroom Series today. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Our focus is the Southwest region. As we crisscross the 6 geopolitical zones of the country, we'll start outside at the Deputy Governor of Delta State, Mr. Monday Onyeme, who's visited the location of the tanker fire incident which happened in Agbo, Ika South local government area of the state, and which killed 4 people and injured 3 others. Mr. Onyeme was there to assess the level of damage and commiserate with the victims. He promised that the state government will intervene in the area of compensation and remedial action. The incident happened on Sunday afternoon when the tanker laden with fuel, lost control of its brakes, fell and exploded. Residents of Nise community in Oka local government, that is Oka South local government area of Anambra State, are in shock and mourning after the brutal killing of 3 young boys in their family home. The horrifying incident, which occurred last Saturday, has left the community in grief and with unanswered questions. According to reports, the perpetrator is believed to have climbed over the compound wall to gain access to the premises. The 3 boys, aged between 2 and 6 years of age, were found lifeless inside their father's parked car within the compound. Their mouths were reportedly bound and the car was smeared with blood, indicating a calculated act of violence. The children's father, described as a man in his early 30s, is a native doctor and businessman. It was revealed that he frequently locked his children inside the compound when he left for work with their mother, and only returning briefly to provide them with meals before heading back to his business. While there are rumors that the father may have had disputes with certain individuals, it remains unclear whether these conflicts are linked to the tragic death. Now, after the Yuletide season, work has resumed in various government offices in Port Harcourt, the River State capital. A visit to the Federal Secretariat along the Aba Road showed that work had indeed resumed. That was observed at the State Primary Health Care Board facility as well, at water lines and the State Secretariat. They also expressed their expectations for the new year in their respective ministries. And in the Southwest, as work officially begins for the new year, Lagos residents have reeled out their expectations from the governments at the state as well as the federal levels. Some of those who spoke to Channels Television say that the authorities must do better for the people in the area of security, improve electricity supply, and continuous price reduction of the premium motor spirit petrol. Others also encourage fellow citizens to source for other legal ways of income generation to meet their needs within the present economic realities.
What I want from government right now is to try at least listen to the plea of the people. Yes, they have tried to bring down the price of the petrol to, a little. But they can still do better. I believe they can still do better. So many things happened in last year and people still feel, oh, some has come or some they've not done enough. They can still do better. I believe that. Because Nigeria of today, we all know that when things go up, it doesn't go down. But at least we have seen that at least the price of petroleum reduced. And I feel they can still do it more. That is if they are willing.
I would advise that we invest more, like I invest in ARM. Like the little money I get, I invest. Then I get profit every month. So I would advise people to invest their money this year instead of keeping it in the bank and all. They should invest. When they invest, it will add to what they earn, and people should be hardworking. instead of maybe waking up and doing nothing. Even though if it's ordinary pure water, sell, you get little money from it. So that's my advice, sir.
2025, I'm looking forward to a more prosperous year, even though the economic might be hard, but I'm hoping with the little reforms going on, even though we are not feeling the impact really yet, but I'm hoping that individually we should be able to push something more concrete than what we had last year. And also urging everybody to do more on yourself instead of waiting for government, and support government in the area they are doing. Because, for example, when you see some people, when you are doing something, government puts some things in place. They say everything in a government. Instead of taking care of that thing, because government that do it will not benefit, it is you that they won't take care of it. So things like that, I believe 2025 will be a great year for all of us.
The Lagos State government, through the Office of Disability Affairs, has donated assistive devices to persons living with disability in the state. Speaking during the presentation of assistive devices at Alausa Ikeja, the General Manager of the Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs, Adenike Yetunde Lawal, says over 50 beneficiaries have been supported through the initiative, and the gesture is in line with the state's Special People's Law and social inclusivity policy. She says the tools represent freedom to become active participants in society, which is also aimed at uplifting people with disabilities, with focus on those in the physical disability cluster, as well as children and trainees at various vocational and rehabilitation centers across Lagos State.
Simple fold electric wheelchairs, self-propelled wheelchairs, arm crutches, and other assistive devices, all provided for people living with disability in Lagos through the Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs to enhance their mobility. Some of the beneficiaries gather at the STO Resource Center, Alausa Ikeja, to receive the assistance devices. The General Manager of LASODA says the initiative is to ensure equal opportunity for every person in the state, and also urge them not to sell the devices.
My hope is that none of you will sell these devices. Personally, if it doesn't mean that you sell it, I promise you I will prosecute you. There are some homes here that we have specifically invited, not because we can provide all the assistive devices that you need, but just so that we know that you exist, we know that you have many needs, and through the ways that we're able to, we will continue to support.
Some of the beneficiaries commend the state government for not ignoring them.
I want to thank the GM for the wonderful work that she is doing. I can say she's a real gem. She has been a very wonderful and amazing person. So concerning LASODA has been actually working correctly. One of my members, because I'm the vice chairman of National Association of People with Disability, Ikeja chapter, has been benefited from a motorized wheelchair. We call his name Biggie. If you actually see this guy, you see that he actually needed this wheelchair. So I was surprised one day that we had a meeting and I saw him on that wheelchair, a motorized wheelchair. And I said, wow, this woman has touched the life of people that I did not even expect.
We appreciate your kind gesture. We met her at a program for disability, and since then, she has been so concerned about us. We are so grateful.
The elderly ones have also been given what is called social security to be able to sustain themselves. In times of assistive aids like guide canes too, LASODA has been supportive to our association, and most importantly, LASODA has also given our association a braille embosser, which has enabled us to set up a mini braille press in our office where we can actually transcribe printed materials into braille for our members.
LASODA boss also speaks on steps taken to provide hearing aids for those who need it and the need to carry out regular health checkups.
So we are in the process of working with a consultant audiologist, one of the best in the country, to see how, it's not going to be a large number, but let's see how first we can start. Because again, hearing aid and hearing loss is an increasing concern, especially as it brings people over to the disability side. And every time I have to speak about hearing, I always tell people, be very careful. The volume in your car, everybody has earphones plugged on now. In your churches, where you live, what is happening is that hearing deteriorates for most people. And many people do not know that they've started the early onset of hearing loss. Because you can hear, many people don't also think they should go to have their ears checked.
Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs says it remains resolute to consistently provide support systems for individuals who need assistance to further enhance their overall well-being, with an assurance of taking steps to remove barriers and foster inclusivity in all areas of life.
Staying with Lagos State, as the state government prepares to begin the repair and reconstruction of some major roads and drains and collectors across the state on Lagos Island, the Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, led officials of the ministry to inspect alignments for the drains and collectors to be reconstructed. Speaking after the inspection, the Commissioner says it is necessary to assess the situation on ground preparatory to the commencement of the urban regeneration activity to be carried out on Lagos Island to help address problems of flooding in the area.
Lagos Island Urban Regeneration Plan is fast needed to change the face of the area. Despite the dry season, major parts of Lagos Island is flooded, owing to indiscriminate dumping of refuse that has blocked the drainage channels. This ugly sight has prompted the State Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, and his team to visit the area to fashion out how to address the environmental pollution affecting the area. One of the steps taken by the state government is the rehabilitation of a network of drains designed to deflood Lagos Island local government area, already posing serious threat to lives and property.
There was an infrastructure that was built by Julius Berger, properly done, road network with proper drainage and walkway. But human bad behavior over time clogged the system. So what this government has done is re-award the whole of Lagos Island, road infrastructure, drainage infrastructure. That was awarded last year. So we had come to be sure the contractors are fully ready and are on site. What I told the engineer and myself and the was saying to ourselves and the PAMSEX, let us find a way to appeal to the contractor if they can abridge the time from 24 months to maybe 18 months or even 15, 16, and then prioritize some of those critical collectors, especially the one around Ujogiwa, Royinyi, Adeniji, that will discharge and come towards Ilubirin. And I think that's what we have done. It's a critical assessment and tell ourselves we can't drop the ball. We can't wait for the rains to come on us. We have to start working from day one, and that's what we're doing.
At Ilubirin area of the state, the Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources expressed satisfaction with the level of work on the pumping station project at Ilubirin, adding that the station will be energized within the next 10 days for test running.
Once it's energized, you've seen the infrastructure in place. These 3 big pumps are ready to go. The 1,000 kVA generators are there. The system is ready, transformer is in place, dedicated for this project. Now, everything we're doing in Lagos Island will still have to come through this place. And this will now discharge it into the lagoon. So that's why it's so critical to what we are providing for them in Lagos Island. No matter the beauty of the infrastructure, if people don't take responsibility and there are no consequences for bad behavior, it becomes an Obesian state where life becomes nasty, brutish, and short. And Lagos is a state that upholds its own laws.
The Lagos State government sounds a note of warning to developers and residents that dump building materials on the roads and drainage channels, causing serious blockage to natural flow of water, to desist from such acts, while ordering the immediate sealing of 3 buildings on Adeniji Road for dumping building materials on the drainage channels.
Welcome back. The Ogun State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbagu, says the state is deepening its reform in the education sector towards ensuring effective teaching and learning and improved delivery and quality of education in the state. He made the promise in Abeokuta, the state capital, during the distribution of books to 46 flagship secondary schools across the state and the relaunch of the School Readers Club towards promoting reading culture among students. The commissioner, while acknowledging the positive impact of technology in solving challenges, however, calls for the control of the use of mobile phones and other devices towards encouraging reading culture amongst peoples.
It's a well-known fact that the quality of education in the country is not quite where it should be, leading to poor performance in national examinations.
Our distinguished educationists.
This is largely attributed to a lack of consistency in the reading culture. Concerned about this issue and the need to improve the cognitive aspect of learning, the Ogun State government in southwest Nigeria has commenced the distribution of books to libraries of its 46 flagship schools across the state. It's also introducing the Readers Club into schools.
When I analyze the WAEC results that we are having at the moment, and I'm not analyzing just for English, I have analyzed for every subject. When you look at maths, a lot of our children, a lot of our students are doing well with number centers, but they don't do so well with problem-solving questions. And it's not that they don't understand this, it's because of the comprehending skills. So you find out that if the foundation is not properly laid on reading, remember, there won't be anything to build on, and that's why you see that quite a lot of our students are decoding but not comprehending.
The State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbagu, is representing the state government at this event and gives assurances of more critical reforms in the education sector. But he's quick to call for effective control of the use of mobile phones and other gadgets among students to promote critical thinking.
Mobile phones and internet have introduced distraction and harmful influences on our youth. You see, while the information is available and people access it, and all of us can actually attest to this, on many occasions you say, oh, what do they mean by 5th industrial revolution? You just take your phone and say you Google. As you go there, something will pop up, or maybe you see something else, you say, let me quickly check this. You probably spend another 1 hour, and you finish. You not even remember the thing you went there for originally. To counter this effect, we must control mobile phone use and provide engaging alternatives like reading clubs supported by rich and diverse library resources.
A former Vice-Chancellor of the state-run Tai Solarin University of Education, Professor Segun Awunusi, chairs the State Library Board. He charges benefiting schools to make good use of the books to increase students' interest in reading.
Please ensure that our students read these books. Devise strategies to make students read these books and award or encourage or give prizes to very good readers. And so you are indirectly promoting or enhancing the quality of education in your schools.
Having started with the 46 flagship secondary schools across the 3 senatorial districts of the state, the government says the gesture will be extended to other schools and calls on corporate organizations and individuals to assist the government in this direction.
The Oyo State Governor, Mr. Seyi Makinde, says 2024 was a difficult year for the state with the Bodija explosion at the beginning of 2024 and the food palliative stampede at the end of the year and all the other in-betweens. In his message during the state's New Year service, Governor Makinde promised to see the investigations into the stampede through to the end, promising that the victims will get justice. Nevertheless, Governor Makinde, who is in his second term, is optimistic that 2025 will be a better year for the state and appealed to residents to be patient with the government in the delivery of the dividends of democracy.
I want to wish all of us a happy, healthy, and rewarding year 2025. 2024 started with us here in Oyo State almost on a tragic note. 16th January 2024, we had the explosion here in Bodija. It affected even my office. They felt it all around Ibadan. And then towards the end of the year, we had the stampede at Islamic High School Basharun. 35 innocent souls were lost. People come to me and I've been saying to them, Oyo State, even if this entire country decides not to follow the rule of law, Oyo State we will dare to be different.
The personal assistant to the President on Constituency Affairs, Khadijat Omotayo, has empowered some residents of Surulere area with a sum of 200,000 naira each to support their business. Khadijat Omotayo also carried out the exercise in Surulere, unveiling a constituency office in the area, as well as distributing food packs with cash to 1,400 persons. She says the idea is to bridge the gap between communities and the federal government and ensure that people's voices are heard at the highest level.
Of All Progressive Congress is here.
Some party leaders of the All Progressives Congress in Lagos, traditional rulers and residents of Surulere welcomed the personal assistant to President on Constituency Affairs, Khadijat Omotayo, to the area for the empowerment program and the unveiling of a constituency office in Surulere. At the event, the Lagos State Deputy Chairman of APC highlights the development in Surulere with the appointment of credible representatives and asked the people to visit the constituency office for any assistance.
We don't need to shine our eyes before we start seeing the dividend that the chief of staff has brought to Lagos in general and Surulere in particular. This is another milestone that another member of our great party from this Surulere local government is being appointed as the constituency SC to Mr. President. And if you have any issue or anything to pass to the presidency, don't hesitate to visit the constituency office.
Honorable Khadijat Omotayo says she's dedicated to fostering closer interactions between citizens and the government, ensuring that the voices of the people are heard.
My office will serve as constructive dialogue, fostering collaboration and driving progress on the issues that affect you most. My commitment to you, accessible representation. My office will provide a platform for you to share your concerns, ideas, and feedback, ensuring that your voices are represented at the highest level of power.
On behalf of the President and the people of Surulere constituency, we declare this office open.
The constituency office is then unveiled for public use. Representatives of the Surulere Constituency 1 and others say Khadijat Omotayo is a representative of the youth and she's up to the task assigned to her.
This sort of easier life, infrastructures, create things that will make the populace, that will ease out things for the populace, support the government of the day with other things that they're doing, so that we could also move forward things around us.
It will touch everyone because she understands what grassroots is. So touching people at their meets, going to their different constituency to understand the basic needs of an individual, that is the strength. So without going further, you know that she's certain what she's doing, she's accepted the job that she's been assigned to do, and she's delivering on that purpose of the job that she's doing.
Time for the presentation of empowerment checks to beneficiaries, and they are grateful for the gesture.
I am so happy with this
surprise package Honorable Kadijat gave me this afternoon. Almighty God will continue to bless her, lift her up in the mighty name of Jesus.
Well, I'm very grateful. I'm grateful, and God will continue to bless her for me.
Various initiatives have been carried out by the personal assistant to the President on constituency affairs, including educational interventions, provision of tuition scholarships to students, amongst others. And Honorable Omotayo says she's willing to do more by impacting the lives of youth across the country through the support and collaboration of others.
That's it on Newsroom series today. Thank you for watching. I'm Alumdim Paul.